Order. I call the member for Throsby. Deputy Speaker, I like to watch basketball, I like to watch football, I like to watch a game of soccer, and when I can't get to the game, I like to watch it at home on television. And generally speaking, when I'm doing it at home, I like to do it with my family. But what offends me is I can no longer do this without the incessant promotion of gambling. From the live odds to the game outcome, exotic bets on seemingly just about anything that goes on throughout the course of the game, the next try, the final score. Deputy Speaker, I think I'm in union with most average football fans when we say enough is enough. I'm not against gambling. Next Sunday I'll be attending the local racetrack with a lot of my friends and colleagues, and when I do that I'll have a bet. In fact, I'll probably be the same as the majority of other adults that walk through the gates next Sunday at Kembla Grange. We'll be having a punt on the races. But the one thing that is different between us going to the races and going to the football is that it would be a very rare adult that walked through the gates to go to their local racetrack that didn't have a bet. It is very different when we go to the football. It is not yet the case, Deputy Speaker, that the majority of people who go to the football have a bet on the outcome of a game. It is not yet a part and parcel of the culture of us going to the football. It is part and parcel of the culture of us going to the racing industry. If it is going to be a normal part of us going to the game and taking our kids along to the game, I think we need an important public debate about this, an important public debate. Because if I'm right, I think the majority of Australians will feel quite uncomfortable about this. They'll certainly feel quite uncomfortable about the incessant promotion of gambling when they take their kids to the football game, to a soccer game, to a basketball game, or when indeed they're sitting in their own living room watching a game. There should be a public debate. If it is going to be normalised, we're going to have to change the way we broadcast these things. It's not beyond the realms of possibility that if it is going to be normalised, that we are incessantly promoting gambling throughout the course of a football game broadcast, that perhaps we're going to have to put parental guidance warnings prior to the beginning of a football match, Deputy Speaker, so that we can, parents are able to have a conversation with their kids, or perhaps switch the channel to another station that is broadcasting the football or another game without the incessant promotion of gambling throughout the course of the game. I've spoken to many people within my electorate and many other sports fans, many other parents on this matter, and they just about explode when you raise the issue with you. They complain that they can no longer go to their local football game without having the odds blared out through them throughout breaks within the game, or sit at home watching the game with their kids and having it broadcast throughout the broadcast. They complain that their kids can now quote the odds on their team winning or losing, or certain outcomes throughout the course of the game. I don't think this is something that most Australians feel comfortable with. I believe, Deputy Speaker, that the code should act. It's my view that from whistle to whistle at a game, there should be a blanket ban on the promotion of gaming throughout the course of that sporting fixture. And I think the same should apply with the broadcasts. If the codes don't act and embrace this proposition, Deputy Speaker, then I think this parliament should act. I think this parliament should act on that issue. I, for one, intend to raise the matter in my party room, and I'd encourage, in what has been a very fractious 43rd parliament, members of other parties and members of the crossbenchers consider the matter as well. I think if we did this, a bipartisan effort on this particular issue, we would prove that on this particular issue, on this issue perhaps alone, we are in lockstep with the Australian community. Something needs to be done, because I don't think Australians feel comfortable about the fact that our sporting games are now being bombarded with this incessant advertising. Call the